what is yoga? The Lord has spoken about the yoga, about all different types of yoga. That means yoga, the word itself, which is most used today and most abused again, is a word which has a different connotation from what I understand. He is trying to explain that every aspect of your life, every living skill of your life has to be transformed into a yoga. That means I have to sublimate the action of my life. I have to sublimate every thought of mine that comes to my head into a format of yoga. And when I do this yoga, merely stretching of the body or relaxing in the yogic format is not yoga. The Patanjali, not only Patanjali speaks of 8 asanas which are different, and each asana has not only a meaning but an impact on your body and mind. But the Lord speaks of a different, I cannot say different, but a prelude. It's like a preceding thing for your asanas, and that is what we call Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is nothing but silencing of the mind, solitude, purity of the mind, piousness of the mind, Saukyam, well-being, I am composed, and happiness, I am happy. And then Sukham, Shanti, and Ahimsa. Ahimsa is non-hurting. It is not that ahimsa is towards I have to practice non-violence towards the lower species, but I am supposed to practice non-violence even to my people, with my fellow beings. When I say non-violence, people immediately start thinking that only hitting, bloodshed, knifing through people, thieving, robbery, murder, criminal activities are all violence. No. The Ahimsa in the Gita states that the biggest weapon on the earth is your tongue. You have to not hurt others through speech. But my students often complain to me, Madam, that's very difficult for us to do because it's out of control. It comes. When I get angry, I speak anything that I want. I said, unless you have that dignity to control, I cannot practice yoga. All these samritis, all these well-being factors have to be present, have to be practiced before I step into yoga. Then the body stretches become easy and comfortable. The body stretches, you don't have to make any stretches, any effort to stretch them. It will stretch automatically because your mind is with the body. Your mind is with the body, and the mind are with your senses, and the body mind sense complex is with your soul. Who dictates here? Your Atma dictates here, your soul dictates your action, your mind does not dictate your action. Unfortunately, the meditation and yoga are dictated by the mind in today's world, and I speak about mind control through meditation. It is almost an impossibility. My dear friends and listeners, I cannot meditate or do yoga through my mind. It's a body-mind complex which gets operated to your soul, through the Atma. And what is that Atma now for you is fully aware. Your knowledge of the Atma is complete, so you can meditate upon the truth. So you can do the yoga stretches. They go hand in hand. And when I try to meditate, it has happened. It has happened to some of my friends and some of the people I don't know, but they have all come back to me asking me for a solution. For example, I know of a friend who is a very rich businessman, who went to learn how to meditate from a very senior guru, senior saint, a sant. He told me that, and he said that I thought I must master the art of meditation. So even though I have stress and strain of my business, my family, who is going to be the next heir to the throne, etc., etc., I feel empowered because I get the peace of mind by learning meditation, by learning how to meditate. After he learnt his meditation, he fell very seriously sick and ill, and he had to go and see his doctor. His doctor didn't know what was happening, and he directed him to go to a psychiatrist. He says, I think you're paranoid, you have different personalities that I can see, you're getting more angry than before, there must be some problem. He went to the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist could not really point out or find out what was happening, and then he came finally to a group of us and complained to us what is going on. Then I explained to him and to the others that meditation is not something which has to be learnt, which can be taught by somebody when your mind is not ready to receive it. It's like I have a glass which can hold only a glass of water, and I am trying to pour 10 liters of water into the glass. How can the glass hold it? It's going to spill over and it's going to explode. I said, your mind is exploding with confusion. Then of course there was some series of talks and counseling we did, and then he became all right. Why I am saying this example is that first the mind purity has to be attained. Like if you listen to my earlier clippings, you will understand how the mind can be filtered. Then we go on to this yoga and meditation, the highly confused topics of today needs help, and that's precisely what I am trying to do.